Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you wondered whether the person you love is really your twin flame or is just a toxic connection. In today's video, you will receive some light on this subject and you will know clearly how to make the difference between the two. We all want to know whether we should keep fighting for this or just letting go, maybe. I know you were thinking why this person is avoidant with you and if putting the energy into it is really worth it or not, guys. So let's dive deep into this, lovelies. Let's make it clear that regardless of the nature of the connection, you will be able to learn valuable lessons from this. However, you can do that just by becoming the observer of the situation and responding to those whys. Why do I feel in this way? Why is this person triggering me so much? Why am I so attached and so on? Every human interaction that triggers you into not feeling good, you have something to learn from, as the very trigger is bringing you back to your childhood trauma or other programs you might be having in your mind. Have a look at my video entitled How Childhood Traumas Can Affect Your Day-to-Day Relationships for more insights on this. It's important for you not just to understand whether it's a twin flame or a toxic connection, but also to see the entire process that you and this person are going through and how you got in that situation in the first place. Let's not forget that every single person that we manifest in our life has certain parts within themselves that resonate with us. That's why we are actually attracted to each other in the first place. Every person you are having a romantic interest towards represents a mirror of your highest self. The reason why the universe works this way is so that you can see yourself better through someone else's energy, with the same intensity that your lover can make you feel ecstatic, in the same very way as high you can go, as low you can fall as well. You think you have a twin flame connection, when maybe in reality, most of the time, you just had an anxious attachment style, while they have had an avoidant attachment style. Have a look at the link in the description to find more about the anxious and avoidant attachment styles. You might be wondering why you want pancakes, but the universe is giving you nuggets. Well, it simply means that you still have a lot of suppressed trauma within yourself that you need to address. But do you think you are ready to get involved with your twin flame connection? This journey is going to expose all your fears and it's going to make you transparent and vulnerable. Many traumas that have been hidden in your subconscious mind are coming to surface, bringing your needy nature within yourself that you didn't even know you maybe have it. Have you noticed that when I'm pronouncing the word needy, you feel that almost like an insult? The society made us believe that feeling needy and in need of love and affection is wrong. That is one mental program out of many that you still have in your mind, which you need to reprogram by understanding that this is our nature, this is how we are built. Since we were little babies, we depend on the attachment we have towards our mother in order to actually survive. It's embedded in our roots to receive love and give love. You need to start seeing this as a normality. Just the same way you can attract a twin flame thinking it might be a toxic connection, you can actually believe that your toxic connection might be your twin flame. So let's actually see the main elements to identify, helping you to distinguish between these two. Even with a toxic connection at the beginning, you can feel a certain chemistry and emotional connection that can be very powerful. You can experiment feelings that you have never experimented with someone before. You can actually feel a certain fire burning in your chest. Try to always be mindful and to not allow yourself to get lost in the connection, but to observe and become the architect of your own actions and reactions. You might feel that that there is something this person has that you need to discover as they feel so familiar. But have you ever thought that you might be an empath? And empaths can connect with those who have avoidant behaviors and narcissistic traits as well. And this is shifting you into the valley of codependency, you being deceived, thinking that this is actually your twin flame. This codependence is activating your need for being seen and understood for who you truly are. And as much the other person doesn't understand you, as big your need grows to be understood. This is how you get into a very toxic and vicious circle which has nothing to do with twin flames. The difference with the twin flame connection is that there is a sense of completion that you feel around this person. You can feel it as a more spiritual connection, and you both have a different understanding of your own spirituality. So the twin flame has a certain spiritual maturity, where the toxic connection feels irritated when you are trying to conversate with them about your personal growth or anything of a spiritual nature. You are attracting your twin flame in your life when you are ready and you have the right emotional maturity, and they are coming into your life to help you to go to the next level of your consciousness, to elevate you towards different layers of your higher self. Even though the interaction with your twin flame can be quite rocky, but it's not something so addictive to the point that you cannot sit and observe the connection. It's not something that gets you in a desperate state where you cannot control yourself. In a twin flame relationship, you have an intense desire to connect on a soul level. As well, it's almost like you wish they would be your soulmate. The twin flame relationship, regardless, it can also feel like a roller coaster. It's very productive and it can make you want to have a deeper look within yourself, while the toxic connection is just something that takes you lower and lower. It just doesn't seem you can find a way to elevate yourself above your suffering. You can discover a lot of emotional triggers with your twin flame as well, or your twin flame can get cold or emotionally distant in moments when you become more transparent or vulnerable, so they unconsciously run from the connection while the other person starts wanting to be with them even more. The twin flame connection is afraid of vulnerability, while the toxic connection enjoys seeing you that you need attention from them, as that is a boost for their ego. The twin flame connection is a continuation from past life connections, while the toxic connection is just showcasing our own traumas, making us feel unworthy or not good enough. Your toxic connection just doesn't seem to care about your feelings at all, and they are open towards exploring romantically with someone else, making them feel the same way as the toxic connection is in a constant, desperate need for attention, while your twin flame is just afraid to show their feelings, and they do not do any harm on purpose. Most of the empaths out there are seeking emotionally unavailable people unconsciously. If somebody looks like they are unavailable, the empath feels an instant draw and attraction towards them. In these toxic connections, love is very conditional. The person is loving you if only, when actually twin flames are experiencing unconditional love as well, even though one might feel scared by another. For our own sanity, it's very important to realize who we are dealing with. If you have manifested a trauma bond between you and the person you think you love, that person is definitely not your twin flame. If the person you love did not get in touch with you for years, that is not your twin flame. The toxic person is showing his emotional unavailability intentionally. However, they do this as a result of lack of affection in their childhood and problems in their family. This type of person has so many traumas, and their coping mechanism is so powerful. So they started to turn into someone that is not saying the truth always, into liars, someone that is giving you answers, and they are taking actions according to their convenience only. As empathic as you are with them, as cold they are with you. In some cases, the toxic person can even give you hints or tell you directly that they feel a twin flame connection with you just to manipulate you into thinking that you have something special together. The entire reason why this is happening is so that they can put themselves on a pedestal to be seen in a different light by you, but in reality they are just a toxic connection. They also have traumas like not feeling seen or good enough, and they try to find every possible way to be in the center of attention. It's almost like a desperate scream of their inner child saying, "Can you see how good I am, Mama?" I know that you feel very intense towards your toxic connection, but it's not because it's something so special. It's just simply because of your biochemical response in your body towards outer stimulus. For example, if your toxic connection is not consistent in their actions, this creates a much higher rise of dopamine in the moment when they actually get in contact with you. Just because you didn't know when it's going to happen, so that element of surprise is releasing endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and other substances. When they disappear again, as high you went, as low you go, this time feeling lonely and abandoned. It's a toxic circle that you cannot get out of it because you identify yourself with what you feel. Breaking that circle implies you understanding what type of connection you have and also realizing that we can get addicted to someone toxic just the same way we would get addicted to tobacco or alcohol. In fact, this type of addiction is much stronger than cigarettes. Fully realizing that, letting go of a person like this is going to be tough for you, but remember, that is just temporary until you are adjusting your energy and your body to the lack of such increased levels of dopamine and other substances that your body produces in their presence. It's all mathematics, guys, when you look at it from a different perspective. This type of connection can increase your cortisol levels as well, which can give you different physical symptoms even. Have a look at my video, How Stress Can Affect You. Find the link in the description below. Don't forget that twin flames are about achieving a sense of divine individuality, but together, more than feeling completed by your twin flame, you will feel that your twin flame is raising your vibration. And even so, you have a rocky twin flame connection, they are open towards listening to you, observing while having the desire to work this out. Twin flames feel quite complete on their own, and they do not develop a strong codependency together. If you feel that you cannot live without the person you love, that you cannot be at your best, that you cannot survive emotionally without them, then definitely this is your toxic connection. Twin flames cannot escape from the connection. They always come back to each other, while toxic connections leave a profound impact and they vanish. The toxic connection will always feel like setting up boundaries for you and not really encouraging you to feel free. They have a very low degree of self-love, so they need to make sure that you love them more than anything else in the world. When you feel that your person cannot love you unconditionally regardless of the decision you will make, it's a clear sign that this person is not your twin flame. Toxic connections, on the other hand, are relationships characterized by negative and harmful patterns of behavior. These connections are often dysfunctional, manipulative, and detrimental to one's well-being. Here are some key features of toxic relationships. Constant drama. The relationship is constantly filled with arguments, conflicts, and emotional turmoil. Drama becomes the norm rather than the exception. Your toxic connection uses manipulative tactics to control your thoughts, feelings, and actions. They might play mind games, guilt trip you, or use gaslighting techniques to make you doubt yourself. Actually, there might be a constant jealousy as well, suspicion or accusations without any actual valid reason. Your partner engages in emotional abuse, including insulting or even mocking you. They might use emotional blackmail or try to demean your self-worth. They can separate you from your family or friends, making you depend solely on them for emotional support. They may discourage or forbid you from socializing with others even. Your partner can violate your personal boundaries or basically just disregard your needs and desires. They might pressure you into doing things you're uncomfortable with or ignore your boundaries altogether. Communication is characterized by constant criticism, insults, or verbal attacks. Your partner may refuse to have constructive conversations or dismiss your feelings. They are constantly letting you down, breaking promises, or fails to meet your expectations. Any efforts to improve the relationship or the connection are temporary and short-lived. Being in the relationship has negatively affected your self-esteem and self-confidence. You feel unworthy, unlovable, or like you can't escape the toxic dynamics. The relationship swings between intense highs and extreme lows, leaving you feeling emotionally exhausted and drained. You might feel a constant roller coaster of emotions, never knowing what to expect. On the other hand, finding your twin flame can feel as a rare and incredible gift. A twin flame is believed to be your soul perfect match, and recognizing when you found them can be a life-changing experience. Let's see 10 signs that you might have found your twin flame actually. You share an indescribable soul connection with your partner that goes beyond the physical and emotional realms. You feel a deep sense of harmony and unity. It feels like a spiritual mirror that reflects and illuminates your deepest self. You experience a profound sense of mutual growth and development. The physical chemistry between the two is very electric and magnetic, sparking a strong sexual attraction and palpable energy. You and this person have a sense of shared vision and shared values. You're aligned in your goals and aspiration, and they offer you a unique and profound form of unconditional love without any judgment or criticism. They accept you fully and love you for who you are. You experience meaningful signs, symbols, or synchronicities that seem to confirm your connection with your twin flame. You and your partner share deep empathy and understanding for each other's feelings and emotions. You feel safe and you hear each other's experiences. Actually, you listen to each other. You and your partner have created a space of radical honesty and vulnerability where you can express your true feelings and thoughts without fear of judgment. And also, you can challenge each other to grow and expand beyond your current limitations. You can inspire each other to become your best selves. The concept is that twin flames coming to your life to educate you on how to unite with your true self. This is to help you comprehend the essence of your higher self. If you are involved in a genuine twin flame relationship, the objective is to encounter a strong feeling of spiritual unity. When you connect with the sacred sense of being one, you can be certain that your twin flame has succeeded in their purpose. Actually, your twin flame connection is helping you to be one step closer to your enlightenment. Do not spend time chasing love or pursuing or dreaming of somebody that is not giving you the attention you deserve, and take your power back from all your past experiences where you felt that they were not in your life because you are not good enough. Tell yourself right now that you are taking your power back, and you will only connect with people that are willing to make the same effort towards the relationship in the same way you do. Yes, it is normal to have confusion, to have triggers from your past which brings to surface a lot of lessons, but there is a limit and you need to make sure what your boundaries are. Actually, do not fall into desperation ever again. Know your true worth. Go into the self-analysis of how you feel, your past, your childhood, and try to think about the lessons this can bring to you. But don't let yourself down or fall into sorrow. Ultimately, if your connection is not a twin flame or a soulmate connection, then just simply try to choose yourself instead of choosing them. Be truthful to yourself and take your power back. Do not allow anyone to play any sort of mind games with you, as you are very connected and a special person. Your purpose here on this earth is much greater. Do not forget that. Don't forget about your worth and who you are just because someone is not fully validating you. You don't need anyone's validation. You know who you are. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to this. I'll see you in the next video.